Everyone familiar with the ICA knows that it's been on a very bumpy journey during the past few years in the United States. Today, however, there's a renewed sense of confidence about ICA, its mission, and its purpose. That, of course, has to do with systemic change and social transformation. In years past, that meant a renewed spirit of self-determination in human development projects and other local initiatives. Today, it also means practical care for a fragile environment and sustainable human behavior within it. The urgency of this task, frankly, could not be greater. The purpose of this presentation is to highlight some of the current work and activities of ICA USA. Rather than a definitive, comprehensive picture about ICA's current activities, the aim here is to provide some images and some pictures and some general introduction to what we are currently about. For example, everyone needs to know that collaboration is very important to ICA in the United States these days. This is Mark Davies. He's Dean of Liberal Arts at Oklahoma City University, and he's proved to be one of our most effective partners as we work with him in service learning activities. Through Mark, we have developed a service learning program involving contextual curriculum, social engagement, and experiences with intentional community life. This will be the core of the experience for students coming for at least a 3-week period. In October of 2010, we had our first opportunity to put these good ideas to work when we had students from 17 students from Lindsey Wilson College in Kentucky. We were very pleased to have James Addington come and work with us in the development and execution of that program. This event, of course, took place at 4750 North Sheridan Road. We have been very pleased with the way we have been managing and caring for this building, and have been excited about its prospects for the future. At the heart of this is creating a green culture within the building. We had a Green Advocates program during this summer and the last summer, 2009 and 2010. Here's the result of this summer's work, one of the projects. It's window gardens with tomatoes. In preparation for hosting students like these and any other group that comes to do training or conferences at ICA, we've totally renovated the 8th floor. As you can see here, this is quite different than the way many people would have remembered it. In 2009, the Green Advocates program during the summer involved over 100 students for 6 weeks. In 2010, we only had 6 students, but they worked for a longer period of time. We're able to see their projects through to a greater degree of completion. Our young staff play a very important role in this work. Seva Gandhi is on the left, Nina Nguyen is on the right. Nina's been involved in neighborhood resiliency programs, working with groups focused on sustainability issues. A young volunteer, Brina Townley, worked with Nina on this. We have 2 part-time people working on Learning Basket, Katie Kretzman and Walter Brown, and Elise Packard has recently returned on a consulting basis to work with them in delivering that program. Unfortunately, I'm caught without a picture of any of them. In March of 2010, ICA hosted an International Initiatives Task Force. We had 45 people who came to think with us about ICA's re-engagement in international development work. Rob Work was here and did an excellent job in setting a context. ICA USA is now working on a peer-to-peer relationship with other national ICAs around the world, and our intention is to do capacity building and to work with all of them in the same program priorities that we're doing here. We say here and there. Like top training programs, our contractual work with First 5 LA is entirely self-sufficient, self-supporting. We recently just won a $250,000 contract to do capacity building with this program in Los Angeles County. Both of these are examples of ICA branded programs. As we move into the future, we're going to do more and more of these. At the same time, we have a movemental history that is very important for our social transformation and systemic change. Both are equally important. This balance is something that we are very eager to maintain as we celebrate ICA's 50th anniversary in 2012. A major focus of what we want to do is to engage people who are thinking through and wrestling with sustainability issues. Those reacquainting themselves with ICA should become familiar with a couple of our senior staff people. Karen Sims is our Director of Resource Development and External Affairs. Leslie Showers is our Facilities Manager and oversees management of the building. Our current Board of Directors has a rich institutional memory of ICA activities and is also very professionally engaged in other endeavors over the last 20 years. I won't be able to say all their names, but if you need them, go look at our website. Again, my purpose in making this presentation was to provide some basic images and a brief introduction to some of our current work at ICA. Let me end by just simply saying how pleased I am to have the opportunity to work with ICA in this phase of its history.